traditional chief that gets smartphone and roller watch.
Says I'm making sure.
Any traditional chief, as in the sense of soul and volume and traditional chief, that got cell phone, that smartphone, will watch that.
Who has that?
Zanakawa. That papa is smart and he just using job we are in his own. That man that I know traditional man. Zanakawa.
Say they got to take it easy.
Hey, please, I'm speaking as senator. That man is greedy. He's unprincipled. He using these people in the name of traditional chief. He get no power behind him. He have power behind him. Where miracle or gonna win. He can't even make a web win in Delta number 2 in Grandmaster Canada. He didn't want to make sure we are win.
To say this, you know, Jefferson Koji has mastered the art of lying, and that is not surprising because the party he serves as Secretary General for is premised on lie. And so there was this talk around that when they went to Israel, Jefferson Koji, when he escorted the president to Israel, they interacted with Russians and Israelis, and that they have brought them into this country. We raised the alarm, and it has been circulating. So apparently, in a bid to diffuse what we said, he brought up. But let me bring you to this. The vice president of this country, Vice President Joel Howard Taylor, is an extremely close associate of Meli Kemu. Meli Kemu supports the CDC. The CDC.
Who is Meli Kemu?
This Meli Kemu is a very close associate of Vice President Joel Howard Taylor. Meli Kemu has been appointed by the Russian Federation as its consulate general to Ghana. So do you see the connection there? This is the connection they are trying to diffuse and talking about Unity Party bringing in Russian. Where does UP have the money from? These same people sit on the radio and say Unity Party broke. They can't even pay their own rent. So how the Unity Party went and get Russian and money to hire?
They our own man fought for now year and now month, and you gave it 18 years. And people, how now you people here don't know that we have fought for 14 years in the country. How now you people don't know that when they said Ghana was casual, they were rolling through. When they say senior senator was enjoying himself in a bigger hotel in Nigeria. Yes, sir. When they staged the war and they left it, they went and started enjoying themselves. We were here trying to stand in front of the enemy for Nima to survive. You people are crazy, yo. If you can get a Dr. Doro in a school of time, you'll get Senator Johnson 18 years from now on what I thought. Go ahead do that fought for you for 14 years. You're really small too now.
You must receive this money from the people yesterday. It's a warning. I will tire with you. We'll tire with you. Don't force yourself on, we'll vote you out. Sedition say, we will take it, but we'll take it. We will take it. We defy them to take it. We defy them. In fact, another more coming out was sometime. Another, before October election, Liberians are coming out under the caption, don't try it, don't try it. Any attempt, the people's power will be exercised at the Arab Spring. You will shoot your gun, you will kill us, or you will die. But no more fear. Liberians don't have fear anymore. They don't want to live under a dictatorial regime. They don't care regime. People say, oh, they think that people were saying, no money, we don't hear for money. Where's the money? How much money you pay guys? You paying got nothing. Our campaign, the land and bread of Nimba, places I've never been before in my life, in my own country, as a political godfather. Because Nimba is big, big. These people are determined, they are resolved. So the crowd is genuine. The thing happen in every county. Nobody sent money, nobody bought food for them, nothing. People yesterday were crying for people, water to drink. I came home around 10 o'clock last night. It means defend. Not just number two, it means defend. Number two is a defend fee. And number three, So I'm defending. I'm a defender. You know what I mean? Myself, number 3 is the Electoral Commission, and the mayor judge we number 18 relegation. So there's a real crack in the ring. Working from here.
The court case unit is also looking at the investigation surrounding the death of Mr. Batin Yuswa, and there have been a series of activities around this investigation. A couple of letters written out to date. The court case unit has sent out a couple of letters to people of interest to the investigation. People of interest who have some information to help with the investigation, and all of those who have been invited at this point have been placed at some point of the event, from the house to the hospital, somewhere in between there. All of these people have been placed at some point. And those who have been invited for questioning or for support to the investigation, Councillor Norris Twe, Dr. Emmanuel Rare, Mr. James Thompson, Mr. Tina J. Mort, Mr. Gibson Ish Tumbe, Mr. Robert SM Ketter, Mr. Musa Sisse, Ms. Hawa Mwapia, and Ms. Florence Zimbwan, and Mr. Joe Tukpa. These people have been invited to come over for investigation. Some of them have been coming to the police. The police have been speaking with them. And from the conversation with the police, there are additional letters that are to be going out. And 2 of the additional letters that will be going out later this week for Mr. Dr. Wilhelmina Njala and former Minister of Finance Samuel Twe. And Honorable Bill Twawe. I think the letters have already been dispatched to them. We haven't spoken to them yet, but all of these people have been placed at some point in time with the investigation.
Rather than focusing on holistically what happened, to also condemn the fact that there were people who were threatening to enter the terminal and area they were not allowed to enter the Ubweni, rather than focusing also on the fact that people who were not authorized to be on the tarmac walked on the tarmac. You gave blind eyes to all of that, and all you talk about is the presence of army officers. This government did not deploy the army officers at the airport. They've been there. It's a stationed unit. If they see threat, they have an obligation to help to prevent the threat. And if that does not concern you, and the only thing that you care about is army were deployed because of President Weah has been going in and out of the country. Have you seen army people getting involved in his entry and coming? The only complaint you've heard from time to time is whether he entering VIP lounge. Have you heard any security stuff? So that intervention was not because President Weah was coming. It was because there was already an unruly crowd at the airport threatening to do things that are not allowed in airport area. How come the church didn't see that also? How come it was not important for the church to talk about that? And for church leaders whose work are bordered on biblical principles, you cannot be closing your eyes to one thing and just be talking about the other. It's good to be thoroughly informed about things you want to speak on. And it is also safe to be balanced, because if you don't do so, then it will appear that you're drawing the church into politics. We are not interested in politics with the church. Politics should be left with politicians. There are enough of them here already. I just thought to set that record straight, because I thought instead of focusing on what was dedicated to them, welcome to us about the service, and moving into somebody deploying soldiers because President we are coming. That's not the truth. No army officers were deployed on account of the president returning to the country. They've been there, like I said, they saw an imminent threat, they helped solve that problem. The terminal was not invaded, they saved us from having our airport banned. And we're concerned with the fact sometimes it's people who engage their authority and talk to them, ask questions, find out what happened. So that
Okay, so a pleasant morning again as a Monday. In fact, we are gradually saying goodbye to July. As a matter of fact, we have 2 more days to say goodbye to July, and then we'll be ushering ourselves into August. So, good morning, folks, and welcome to it. This is Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1 FM. My name is Julius Boki. I'm your regular presenter and producer from 7:30 to 9 o'clock here on the show. Yes, a lot of things to talk about, but again, as usual, we'll take a few of them and talk about them, and then we'll wrap it up with your calls. 8 o'clock this morning, we're going to join our partner, the VOA, to bring you VOA. That's 5 minutes of news. And then after that, we're going to another talking point. And then we'll open the lines, we interact together up to 9 o'clock, at which time we're going to say goodbye to you. Okay? So that's it. Let's take this quick break. We'll come back. We're going to 8 this morning, and then we wrap it up at 9 o'clock. Okay, so welcome back to the show this morning. Thanks for joining us. If you are there, you can join on our Facebook pages. Of course, those of you who are far away from the capital to get us, maybe you're out of the country, we say welcome to the program this morning. And the Facebook pages are Sky Communications Liberia. Just go there, you see us there. We are live. Or maybe you go to Liberia Public Radio. We are also live on Liberia Public Radio. And on our YouTube channels, you can go to Sky FM and TV Liberia on YouTube. You can also follow us there. Or maybe you can also go to Liberia Public Radio. You also find us streaming live. So welcome to it. Yes, a lot of you have joined us already on our Facebook pages. So we encourage you to share the live so that others will follow and follow the discussion this morning. Thanks to the Mayor Robin Connor, who was following from Ghanaville. A double Helena Besa Jala. Say good morning. Of course, you know, Mattia, this is Julius. Harrison Fan, say good morning, Sky Communications. Thanks very much for the great job. Well done over the years for country and people. And then come to Zach F. Zach. Say good morning, Julius. I'm following from Cardwell. Zach, my good friend and brother, Zach Bimbo, but it says Zach F. Zach. Anyway, thank you for joining me this morning. Emmanuel Baker Jr. said, I'm watching from Habel Firestone. Thanks for watching. To all of you, I just can't call you all of you names, but just thanks for watching, and we appreciate you. Let's go to Public Radio. Tommy T. Sosa watching from Stephen Talbot Estate. Thanks for watching from Stephen Talbot Estate this morning. And David Giflo say, I do follow from Majuat Market. Majuat Market. Always you following from Majuat Market. Thank you, David, for following us every time we are on the show. Let me try to. We are on the show. So thank you. Thanks for joining us. We are here this morning. Okay. Sometime last week, something happened, and I thought to just talk about that quickly before we can join the VOA for the news. Before then, you know that journalists in Kenya are protesting. And why are they protesting? I want to read an excerpt from this paper, Barrow newspaper, I think it's from Nairobi. And the headline says,
Journalists in Kenya protest attacks on media freedom. Journalists in Kenya protest attacks on media freedom. Let me just go through it quickly. It's a dozen of journalists joined marches in Kenya on Wednesday in protest at what they see as heavy-handed government tactics to stifle media freedom, including police attacks on journalists during the demonstration that have rocked the country for past 5 weeks. The journalists, many wearing white hair placards, reading "Journalists' Lives Matters." Wow. Journalists' Life Matter. Quote unquote, it says shoot not the messenger, and the brutality as they stage rallies across even towns and cities. Wow. Let me leave it right there. Yeah, I just like, and the photographs here, I can see a journalist on the floor with a trapper, and I think there is the army in the pickup. I don't know whether he's been dragged by that pickup, but he's almost like on the floor. And then the pickup is moving with army in there with guns in her hand, but this guy trapper is on his back. Wow. I think the work we do is a challenging job, so sometimes people don't like us and people will like us. But however which way we've chosen to do it, and so we'll do it to the latter. So yes, let's go now. Last week, the president of Liberia was on his way to dedicate a dormitory around the Rabo International Highway there, and there was an accident that occurred. One of the president's motorcades hit a keke, and then according to reports, the keke rider died instantly and other people were injured. Very critical. We saw the photographs, we even watched the video, and it was so pathetic. So for those who family members left in that accident, we say our condolences to you, and we pray that their soul will rest in perfect peace. But there's a thing. We need to start respecting certain things in this country. We are not supporting the idea of presidential motorcades killing people or hitting people. We are not supporting that. But what we're doing is that we want to sign a caveat and a caution to Liberian people that where the law is, you have to respect the law. Once upon a time, then we're down at our former building there. We used to talk about these things. Then we had a program called Ride with Sky, Dripod and I. And we used to talk about this thing normally. Some drivers, some Liberian drivers and riders, they don't respect vehicles with siren on it. I mean, that put it straight. They don't respect vehicles with siren on it. And there are certain vehicles, when they are coming, once you hear that siren, you have to immediately leave the road or get in front of them. Then what we say in the presidential motorcades is one. The police, ambulances, when they are coming, there are some government officials that will ride with siren. So when they are moving, the moment you hear that siren sound, move off the road. And it is good that we say these things. Sometimes Liberians will get angry. Every day people moving around with all this siren, will tell everything here. So some of them, where they will be moving, there will be a space for them to park. But they will want to challenge us, don't go in for small. And that's what the problem is. That's what the problem is. I mean, respect what is written. Unfortunately, I tried to get a law this morning. I could not get it. 20 years I've been searching. I could not get it. They have a particular law for this. Now, when you hear the car was siren, the ambulance, the presidential motorcade, the police, and some government officials, not all though, but you know, in Liberia now, everybody want to use siren on their cars. Everybody want to use siren. You know, somebody, in fact, their cars now are using these security lights. No. You know, once a security light on the car, you know, at the front of the car, they place it there. So you see it as if to say it's a security car, or maybe is one of the government officials, you know, moving. And so that's a problem. So just look at that. When I look at the video carefully, I was asking myself, because if you look at it, it's like the car hit the keke. But then where was that keke when the car hit the keke? Where was it? Apparently that guy heard the siren sign. He didn't want to stop. You stay forced to go. And then, in as much as we're not backing what happened, and until the EPS said they are investigating, but yes, I heard the presidential press secretary saying, I've seen that the EPS is doing some investigation internally, and they will come out with a report fine. But we have to respect these things. When the president is moving, he's moving. That's one thing we should know. Nothing stops this president when he's moving, unless maybe he has some consultation with the security are taking him, and then he had to stop. But you can't see the president convoy coming, and you just jumping away. That is strictly security matters. In other countries, when the president convoy is moving, and then you just moving to it, the people will arrest you for DI, different intention. But in Liberia, we see president convoy coming. Someone will say, "Oh, they can't pay me. We're not here for that thing," you know. And that's it. You can even be in a car. The driver is moving, and you hear the siren sound to park to give that presidential convoy a chance to pass. It will be difficult for them. Very difficult. They want to find their own place to park. So if the convoy is just at your back, you stay moving, I mean, that's DI. Different intention that they can arrest you for that. We witnessed the same thing during Sunday time. Sunday time, the same thing. President convoy, you know, hate somebody, hate people. Joe, we are done the same thing. Joseph Nyumabwaka, the same thing. Why are we not learning? Why are we not learning? We have to learn how to respect these people, how to respect the look. When you hear siren, that should tell you that clear the road. In as much as we know a lot of people now who are not, you know, I mean, who are not supposed to use siren on their cars, they have siren on their cars and they're moving around when they're rushing, they put it on the move. But I mean, man, there are certain things, certain vehicles you see, you respect those vehicles and move on. When you hear the siren behind you, that means that the person is coming. When you hear the siren behind you, that means that either the police is coming or an ambulance is behind you. So clear the way. But Liberia is the opposite. And can you imagine some drivers, they are so brave that when they see maybe a vehicle or even an ambulance passing with a siren, the moment an ambulance passes by them, they jump on the ambulance with that kind of speed, thinking that people will think that, oh, they are part of that ambulance or that convoy. I've seen it several times. Sometimes you see convoy moving, not even the presidential convoy. So now you got some visitors in the country and police are taking it around and they using the siren. The more that convoy, the more that police pass and that visitor pass, that car, oh, taxis, I mean, private cars were jumping that convoy with the same speed, you know, making people to think that they are part of that convoy. And it's bad. It's very bad. When are we going to learn these things? When are we going to learn these things? Stop chasing convoy. When you hear the siren sound, leave the road. Simple at that. Nobody running behind you to say, oh, if I don't get to where I'm going early, and because the person doesn't come or the siren passing, I will get late. No. We have to learn this thing. We have to know this thing. Every driver will know about siren, with car with siren. Every driver. It is only with me, you're not going to driving school. So they'll teach you all these things. They'll teach you where to park, where not to park. They'll teach you where to overtake, where not to overtake, speed limit in the city, and all these kinds of things. They will teach you it at a driving school. But some of us go to driving school, we come from there, we stay defiant, we don't even care about what they will teach us there, to the extent that we come and start challenging presidential convoys. And that is bad. It's leading to people being killed. And that's one convoy that you don't play with. The presidential convoy is strictly security matter. When the president says that I'm going to this place, inform the security details that I'm going to XYZ place. When not security, the first car that was saying inform, it clears the way. When the president is moving, he doesn't stop until he gets to where he's supposed to reach. So when you hear the siren sound, leave the road. Nothing can stop the president from stopping. Unless maybe the president say, let's stop. And that will even be based on the consent of the security that's around him. So they take the president to be a VIP. So when you hear these kind of things, you leave the road, clear the road. Waiting for 4, 5, 6 seconds, even 1 minute will do nothing bad to you than to go and kill yourself. When the guys are moving, they're moving. They're moving. But that security instruction, the president is moving to XYZ place. He's going there. So you must, lead the way and pave the road for the president to pass. Yes, so that's it, man. I hope we all understand and try to probably understand these things. When you hear these things, the convoy coming, leave the road, walk aside, even pedestrian, don't cross the road, and keep a distance from the convoy. When the convoy passes, then you can do your movement. Let's join the VOA and be right back.
Between Israel and Hezbollah militants in Lebanon. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said he visited the town of Majd al-Shams early on Sunday, describing the site of the attack as, quote, a place where innocent girls and boys were murdered during a soccer game. He vowed to retaliate against Hezbollah for the strike. Hezbollah initially announced it fired rockets at Israeli military sites in the Golan Heights, but denied involvement in the attack on Majd al-Shams.
That's Reuters correspondent Zachary Goldman. The United States recently announced a plan to deploy long-range missiles to Germany by 2026, as experts worry the readiness of both Russia and the U.S. to deploy intermediate-range missiles could spark a new arms race.
In a recent joint statement from the White House, U.S. and German officials said exercising advanced capabilities would demonstrate a commitment to NATO and its contributions to European integrated deterrence. Despite the Kremlin's latest round of saber-rattling, the Russian Defense Ministry began releasing videos showcasing intercontinental ballistic missile tests days before its 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Putin at the time discussed plans to assemble his army's so-called deterrent force to potentially include a nuclear component. It is language that NATO calls dangerous and irresponsible. Arash Arabasadi, VOA News.
More at voanews.com. This is VOA News. North Korea says that more than 5,000 people were rescued from weekend flooding and airlifts and other evacuations supervised by the leader Kim Jong-un. The state media report Monday said that rainfall on Saturday caused a river on the North Korean-Chinese border to rise and created a grave crisis. It said Kim supervised evacuations. A manipulated video shared by Elon Musk is now raising concern about the AI and the politics just 3 months away from November's U.S. elections. Details from VOA's Joe Ramsey.
The video features a voice that mimics U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, and the voice says things she does not say. The video gained attention over the weekend after tech billionaire Elon Musk shared it on his social media platform X on Friday. The video uses many of the same visuals as a real ad the Harris campaign released, but it swaps out the voice over audio with a convincing impersonation. A Harris spokesperson referred to the video as fake, manipulated lies AI experts and pro-democracy advocates say the video reveals shortcomings in how AI companies, social platforms, and the federal government regulate use of AI in politics. Joe Ramsey, VOA.
From at least 6 countries say Beijing is pressuring them not to attend a summit in Taiwan beginning Monday. AP correspondent Karen Chamas.
Politicians in Bolivia, Colombia, Slovakia, North Macedonia, Bosnia, and one other Asian country that declined to be named say they've been contacted to meet by Chinese officials. The contact appears to be an attempt to stop the politicians from attending Interparliamentary Alliance on China summit in Taiwan. The summit, known as IPAC, is attended by a group of hundreds of lawmakers from 35 countries concerned about how democracies approach Beijing. Luke de Pulford, the alliance's director, says the pressure from Chinese officials the past few days has been unprecedented. China strongly defends its claim to Taiwan and views it as its own territory to be annexed by force if necessary. I'm Karen Chamas.
A court in Libya has sentenced 12 current and former officials to terms of up to 27 years in prison over their involvement in the collapse of 2 dams last year that sent a wall of water several meters high through the center of a coastal city. Thousands of people died as a result. The Durham Criminal Court convicted the officials of mismanagement. I'm Tommy McNeil, VOA News.
Gather down before the gathered and buried. Look at the Habed massacre. Look at the Luchin Church massacre. Look at the Nima raid. Look at the cow feed Dubaro massacre. Economic criminals. Bring them to justice now. Bring them to justice now. You turn the back now you want your head. And the thing that we can't understand. And you turn the back now you want your head. And the thing that I don't understand. You know you do it, that compare your son. You know you do it, that compare your son. You said you not do it, that compare your son. You say you not do it, that compare your son. LAB, what peaceful to the fire damage, skin has freedom for us, for us. They talk on Duffer Tabe, but for the greed and power, poor people suffer. Charity, malnourished, dry, some of them buffer. But the people they all say they must single fire, what strip bullet, picking up people who were so terrified. Hey man, you go hide in the chest of massacre. But they in the bus, what carry the news that are so far. They don't want raw, all they take away. So the innocent people for free, and they won't get away. You not forget, you break your cause, calamity, all the ground for them for the shame, for you know what we infinity. Spending my own rebellion, I try to justify it was for him and the T-Records. Nobody said that lie. They better not wake up. Our voices got to raise up. Who told? Who not told that it's time for us to follow? That one we free, that way yellow. That way yellow. That one we free, that way yellow. That way yellow. That one we free, that way yellow. That way yellow. That one we free, that way yellow. You turn the back and you want your head. And the thing that we can't understand. You know you turn the back and you want your head. And the thing that I don't understand. You know you do it, that compare your side. You know you do it, that compare your side. Says you not do it, that compare your side. You say you not do it, that compare your side. That's not what I say. So you we know you like a follow, you know I see. Don't see me go unpunished. See I put in the cookie jar, and I something to encourage. Sit in the country, my agenda, baby horses by baby cars, while the citizens on strike. Hey, and the team making me cry. There will always be penalty for crime from me. We wanna let it go start free and not in jail. You never forget your actions cause calamity. All the parties you did, walk out walk free with impunity. And I go face the justice, the other one power see when I joke. You come in the set aside for the other cheese, the take it I joke. Nobody above the law, I'm speaking for those that I get involved. We're not making no fun, let's just prevail, we shouldn't avoid.
war. 14 years of process, no hell of a setback. If they put your board, now poverty on the dust spot. On the embezzle, your hustle, they put your money, your palm, so then I come for us to put your on that one. That one will be away yellow. That way yellow. That one will be away yellow. That way.
Okay, so welcome back to the show. The fine song there by Amaze. It's called Impunity. If you know you didn't do it, go clear your SAR. When the World Economic Crime Score come and you are accused, or you are suspected, or you are suspected of being one of the doers of all of the brutalities in this country, if you know you didn't do it, go clear your SAR. If there was a reason why you were fighting or killing, go there, go clear your SAR. So that song is called Impunity by Amaze. Amaze, yo. The country got me. All right, so welcome back. Yes, so that's it. We have to respect the presidential convoy anytime we see it coming. And that's a good one. We need to respect it. Because when the convoy is moving, it moves at the request of the president that I'm going XYZ, even the vice president. So whenever you see looking at a Serene card, me, I got straight law, I got straight principle. While the president convoy, that's ambulance or the police, or 1 year, wow, behind me, I can drive me park off the road. Park off the road, yeah. Yeah. Park off the road, but in so doing to somebody guiding to the way it can be good. They will not, though the Serene will not be on the car right behind your car in the post. Oh, wow, then you, and also now driver can get confused. The driver get confused. So everybody work on that. So we hope that the EPS can just do the investigation as the presidential press secretary said, and then we can get the funding and probably lay our hands on it and go through it to know what they obtained. You know, President Bouaka visited the victims at the hospital. Yeah, the hospital, we saw the video and he spoke towards that. You know, he actually said he was surprised to see the keke on that lane. But that is another thing we'll talk about later. So Friday, we celebrated our Independence Day, 177 years of existence, or independence, sorry, because we were existing before independence. So the anxiety was there, everybody expecting everything to go on smooth. And as it is, it went on smooth. But at the program, when the orator was reading a paper she put together, with no time when she got to the U.S., we noticed that the U.S. representatives, headed by Chargé d'Affaires Catherine Rodriguez, had to walk off the hall. She left the hall. When she left the hall, what we saw, when she left the hall, then the rest of her delegation, remember her delegation tried to follow her. And when they left, they left less than even an hour, we saw a post on the American Embassy Facebook page reacting to what the orator said about the relationship between Liberia and the USA. I will play the episode where she talked about Liberia and the USA relations. And she said we should not live in a state of Ethiopia where America is not helping us and America is getting more from us than we're getting from America. I think that prompted the American delegation to walk out of the hall, and that is a bad signal for us. And I think it was good that the information minister had to come out to distance the government from her statement, because we know that from day one, we've been partnered to America, everybody will say it, in as much as she said that America was the last country to recognize our independence. But you can't take that from the US. So I'm going to play her clip and then I'll read what the American embassy said, and then maybe go to read something from the Front Page Africa, what the information ministry also said. And then, yes, after that program, a lot of government officials were posting on various Facebook pages, the likes of Darrell Dillon, Senator Dillon, the likes of Mo Ali. And, I even saw the post from former Finance Minister Samuel Tuwe supporting her claim But that's it. That's how life is. But let's listen to her. Let's listen to what she said in relation to the relationship between Liberia and the USA.
Justice process. We must forge new strategic justice process. We must forge new strategic partnerships based on mutual benefit and disabuse ourselves of the notion that we have a special relationship with America. Truth be told, this special relationship only exists in our imagination. Lest we forget, the United States was one of the last countries to recognize our independence. Lest we forget, the United States has taken more from us than it has given. Lest we forget, the United States will always serve its own interests above all else. Once we accept these truths, we will appreciate.
You heard her, and because of what she was saying, so the charge d'affaires of the American embassy, Catherine Rodriguez, had to walk out of the hall because she thought it was not favorable for her and her delegation. And I think she thought that what the orator was saying, Dr. Raphael Ninjay Pali, was strictly attack on the U.S. But when they left the hall, less than an hour, the U.S. embassy near Monrovia, posted something on their page. Not just on their page, even on their website, they posted it. So I thought to read it, the response by the U.S. government. Let me read it, then I will come to the government response as well. It says, that's 2 days ago anyway. In light of recent events and the Liberian Independence Day celebration, the United States Embassy wishes to address concerns regarding Charge d'Affaires CDA Rodriguez's decision to leave the event. The U.S. and Liberia share a unique history and democratic values. Unfortunately, the national orator introduced divisive rhetoric and unfounded accusations. The U.S. has a long history of providing foreign assistance amounting to at least $163 million annually. This is separate from the U.S. government's contributions to several international organizations that also provide aid to the Liberian people. Additionally, numerous U.S. foundations, private American citizens, and non-governmental organizations are dedicated to uplifting the Liberian people. Independence Day is a time for hope and unity. CDA Rodriguez's decision to walk out was a measured response to the orator's comments. While the orator is entitled to freedom of speech or speech here, the CDA chose to exercise her right not to listen to such remarks. Then it goes on to say, the United States remains a steadfast partner to Liberia, dedicated to fostering a positive and collaborative relationship based on shared values and mutual respect. We look forward to continue our work together now and in the future for the benefit of both nations. And then you can see the United States Embassy logo is on there on the page that you see. So it's from that page, it's from the Facebook page. They already have the link. They say click, they say read full statement below. So let me go to the link. Now, here's a link. The link is the American U.S. Embassy Liberia in Liberia. That's the how they call it, their website. So you can yellow for lr.usembassy.gov. So it's a statement in response to why the CDA left Liberia independence celebration. So almost the same thing, man. Let me see. Let me just read it again. Almost the same thing. So it's the same in recent events and Liberian Independence Day celebration. The United States Embassy wishes to address concern regarding Charge d'Affaires Rodriguez's decision to leave the event. The U.S. and Liberia share a unique history and democratic values. Unfortunately, the national orator introduced divisive rhetoric and unfounded accusations. The U.S. has a long history of providing foreign assistance amounting to at least $163 million annually. This is separate from the U.S. government's contribution to several international organizations that also provide aid to Liberian people. Additionally, numerous U.S. foundations, private American citizens, and non-governmental organizations are dedicated to uplifting the Liberian people. The Independence Day is a time for hope and unity. The CDA Rodriguez decision to leave or to walk out was a measured response to the orator's comment. While the orator is entitled to freedom of speech, the CDA chose to exercise her right not to listen to such remarks. So they said they responded, and people were thinking why they left. It was clear. It was clear that she left the hall with interact because they didn't want to listen to what the orator was saying on that day. To them, they felt very disgraced, they felt demeaning, they felt differently. That you would say America is not a good partner to to Liberia. And you know why? I think one of the reasons why the CDA left the hall is because the people there were clapping. So the fact that someone saying something and you're clapping, you are consenting to what the person is saying or what the person said. So when everybody started clapping, the Sergeant Affairs saw that as an offense to the American people, knowing that America have contributed and still contributing to Liberia immensely. And she's making that kind of a statement, and Liberian was sitting there. In fact, that is not an ordinary Liberian. Those are people within government, the executive branch, the judiciary branch, the legislative branch, and other government agencies and ministers and ministries and stuff were also there. And she was talking, they were all there nodding their heads and clapping in response. And when you are clapping, that means that you are concurring, you are agreeing with what that person is saying. So the Charge d'Affaires, Catherine Rodriguez, said, no, man, there is a disgrace to my country and to myself. Let me just walk out of this hall, and I don't want to listen to her anymore. And then he went and he responded to her statement about America and Liberia relationship. Okay. Yeah, we'll open the line. We'll ask you what you made of that. But America's statement is that they will continue to work with Liberia. There's nothing going to stop the relationship between Liberia and the USA. And from what I read at the latter part of the statement on the page, let me see, it said the United States remain a steadfast partner to Liberia, dedicated to fostering positive and collaborative relationship based on shared values and mutual respect. We look forward to continuing our work together now and in the future for the benefit of both nations. So that means that, yes, the orator might have said that, but that doesn't mean we'll walk away from Liberia. We will stay in Liberia. We'll still support Liberia. We'll still work together, and everything will be fine with us. We're not going to mind what the orator said. Now, the government of Liberia distanced itself from that statement and said that statement was made by the orator and not the government of Liberia. Let me read something from the Front Page Africa newspaper, and it said Liberia government distances from Independence Day orator's divisive statement. Yeah, but America say was divisive. So when the newspaper say divisive statement, so who are we to say it's not? Let me read it quickly. It said, it's not a long thing. It's a short something. It said, moreover, Information Minister Jeremy Matthew Pia, says the statement made by Dr. Rapture Ninja Pale during Liberia's 177th Independence Day celebration or oration, which prompted the U.S. delegation led by Chargé d'Affaires Catherine Rodriguez to walk out, was solely her own and did not reflect the views of the Liberian government. Jeremy Pia, Information Minister. So he's claimed the authority to speak for the Liberian government. And it says, in her Independence Day speech, Dr. Pale asserted that the United States has taken more from Liberia than it has governed. She said, truth be told, the United States of America has taken more from us than we have received. Liberia is nobody's stepchild. She also criticized the U.S. for what she described as interference in Liberia transitional justice process. Strong statement. This led the U.S. delegation, headed by Chargé d'Affaires Catherine Rodriguez, to walk out of the ceremony. Shortly after the event, the U.S. ambassador issued a statement saying Independence Day celebration should be a time for hope, unity, and celebration, introducing divisive rhetoric and unfounded accusation during such an event undermines its purpose. The CDA decision to walk out was a measure response to maintain the event's decorum and spirit. Wow. Yes, but I mean, she stood by her word. I listened to an interview with our colleague Vafle of ERBC, and she said that. I mean, she said what she said. She's a doctor anyway, so, and they are lay people when they say it, they mean it. Let me just conclude quickly with this statement. This one from the front page African newspaper. It said, one question about how the U.S. Liberia closest ally might perceive the orator's statement. Mr. Pia responded, America is a land that practices freedom of speech or the expression of its fullest. To its fullest. America is aware that Rapture doesn't work for the government. America is aware that Rapture was brought as the national orator and her view represent her. Okay. Regarding the U.S. Chargé d'Affaires walkout, Mr. Pia claimed he was unaware of the protest move by the U.S. Embassy, adding that he could not comment on the motive behind Rodriguez's departure. Quote unquote. Did she walk out? Mr. Pia asked journalists. Oh, that is news to me. Go ask her, not me. I don't speak for the U.S. Chargé d'Affaires. Why will you ask me a question about the U.S. Chargé d'Affaires? I know it. When asked if the orator's statement would strain U.S.-Liberia relation, the Minister of Information replied, quote unquote, I don't know, he added. We don't tell people what to say when we bring them as national orators. Despite Minister Pia's statement, some officials of the Boakai administration praised Dr. Pale on their Facebook page, and I said it. I saw a lot of comments on Facebook pages from the government officials were praising her and commending her for that. So on our Facebook pages, Deputy Minister of State, Cornelia Kra Tokba, wrote, Liberian girl, congratulations, Dr. Rapture Pale. Well done, Moali, Managing Director of the Liberian Water and Civil Corporation, stated, Rapture Pale, thank you for the oration. Baka Jaliba, vice president for administration at the National Oil Company of Liberia, NOCA for short, also wrote, so the American people walked out of the hall because the Independence Day orator criticized U.S. Bon County lawmaker, member Briggs Mensa, in a live Facebook message, called for Sergeant d'Affaires Catherine Rodriguez to be recalled over her action. So I told you, I said, government officials embrace it. They wrote on our pages. They commended her. And so it went that far. It went so far. You know. And I think she walked out again, I say, because she wanted to avoid embarrassment. Because government officials were there clapping for her and doing everything possible. And that was an embarrassment to her. So she had to walk out. And then her come here, 1 minute, please. Oh no, I'm not getting it, man. Oh, all right. So that's it. And then it didn't just stop there. They were clapping. So if someone is saying something and you go to clap, what does that mean? That means you are consenting to what the person is saying. So she saw that as an embarrassment and she decided to walk out of the hall. Yeah. So that's it. So none of them wrote. So now the representative of okay, let me read this from Senator Dillon's page. He wrote this 1 day ago on his page. He said the hard truth that hurts can also heal. When the national orator criticized and dealt boldly with the legislature in our faces, members of the executive and the entire citizenry, home and abroad, clapped for her. When the national orator criticized and boldly spoke for the executive through the president to his face, members of the legislature, citizens, and also clap for them. Yeah, no, the more criticize everybody. So then when the national orator criticized and dealt boldly with the citizenry, home and abroad, and the society in general, members of the executive and legislature clap for her. Now, we must not only clap for the portions that hate the others. We all must collectively embrace the sharp, harsh truth that came in the form of criticism in good strides. We must endeavor to fix and get it right for the common good, avoid of personal, political, or partisan sentiments. We must not wait to hear another orator next year repeating the same thing. Then we clap. Then we start clapping again for the portion we like and frown on the portion we dislike. That's how I feel it. Senator Dillon, the man said when they were talking against the legislature, bam, everybody were clapping. When she was talking against the executive, people clap. Anyway, so I'm going to play the voice of the orator again. The orator, then after I play the voice, I open the line to hear you. What do you make of what she said about Liberia and the U.S.? Do you also agree with her like other government officials are doing? That's a question. Do you also agree with her? And the American embassy was clear on that the delegation from the U.S. walked out of the hall because they chose not to listen to what she was saying. And they thought that probably what she was saying was demeaning. It was souring the relationship between Liberia and the U.S. So they tried to listen to it. They said, yeah, walk out because they wanted the hall to be very quiet and everything goes smoothly, the program goes smoothly. So they walk out and they went after an hour, they posted on her page and reacting to what she said about Liberia and America relationship, and how in fact Liberia is not getting more, the US getting more from Liberia, and they went as far as saying that they are contributing 163 million annually to Liberia, and other NGOs around the US is supporting them to bring aid to Liberia, the private citizen of like the US, and blah blah blah. So let's listen to her again. Let's listen to Dr. Pally. We'll come back. You can call us on the numbers 0777 0777 If you're out of the country, the WhatsApp number is +231 777 Let's listen and we'll come back.
Justice process. We must forge new strategic partnerships based on mutual benefits and disabuse ourselves of the notion that we have a special relationship with America. Truth be told, this special relationship only exists in our imagination. Lest we forget, the United States was one of the last countries to recognize our independence. Lest we forget, the United States has taken more from us than it has given. Lest we forget, the United States will always serve its own interests above all else. Once we accept these truths, we will appreciate.
Okay, so you say the what? The relationship is in our own imagination. Anyway, so let's hear you. 0777 What do you make of her statement towards Liberia and the U.S. relationship? Would there be any consequence? That's a question we're asking this morning. What do you make of that? 0777 221 Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
Thank you. The name is Mohammed Pastor, District 15.
Mohammed, let's hear you.
Thank you. You know, it is unfortunate for the orator to say that they have that enough, just our imagination. And for me, Jesus, I don't understand why the Brits always blame America not helping us. The number of help that the help are giving us, no country up on the health like that. So I want to put a problem because some country in your street. No country are helping the Brits more than America are compared to the in your street. That is that our imagination.
So you want to disagree with her?
I want to complete this and you understand the post statement my very statement. They said that the relationship between and America will continue to receive based on mutual respect. Underscore the word mutual respect.
So then what do you make of your government officials who are sitting there clapping, and afterwards someone then went and wrote on our Facebook pages and agreeing with her? What do you make of that?
Very good, and they are also saying
and that's the issue. You distance yourself on a statement, and then your government officials sitting there clapping, and then they left the hall, they went on Facebook pages and writing.
Yeah. So Daniel, you cannot invite somebody to come on my program, and they come on the program, then you don't say now what's on the package.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. Let's go to line 1. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
This is the voice of Samuel. I'm calling from Tuporo.
Let's hear you, Samuel. Let's hear you.
Thank you for the talking point this morning. If this orator would have addressed the independent days of the Ugandan, it could have been more. They should have been more cheer. They should have been addressing the people of Malawi, Rwanda. Should have been more cheer. But she is addressing people that they more understanding of issue, more understanding of destiny. Liberians make Now, she spoke on things that we have self-demanding. She's a Liberian. She spoke on things that she's seeing, that she's facing. Why are we forgetting all the beautiful things she has said? Only captures in America. Group of people who feel to themselves that they can ban sentiment for America. You see this government who led Liberia for 6 years, who actually no respect of the law, has come to say what they will criticize the woman. That is wrong. Let me real here.
So you want to agree with her?
I agree with her on lots of talking points. She has raised a lot of issues. She talked about
but I look at the aspect where she lay emphasis on our partner, long-standing partner, U.S. that prompted the American delegation to walk out of the hall.
Okay, did you follow the post of Samuel Tuer? Samuel Tuer posted that.
I read Samuel Tuer post. I wanted to read it. It was very long. I can't read it now.
He said it is. Let me just now come to an analysis into one thing. He said that is the belief of 90% of Liberians. Even in the street, that's what we believe. That for me, I always say this to the young people with the Liberian. We should not blame Liberia for anything we're facing. Reason being, Russia is the worst thing that ever happened to any society. So if we have massive corruption among ourselves, if we cheer our government officials of corruption, if government officials buying citizens to defend them, so you can't be America for anything.
Okay.
For our own program.
Thank you.
So for that, it's our opinion. It is our opinion. No one can fight for that.
Thank you, that's what the information minister said. His own opinion. Let's go to international line. Good morning.
Hey Jay, what's up? How are you?
I'm better, my dear friend and brother. What's your name?
This is Dave. Dave calling you from Massachusetts.
Oh, Dave, let's hear you better.
I would just like for you to just give me like a few minutes. I have different things on this whole issue. The woman, she spoke in her own capacity, all right?
As an orator, yeah.
She said what she wanted to say. The same Liberian people, if JMB or anybody from JMB government come to call that woman, tell her, say, look, you know why? You need to talk these things. If they are giving her talking points, the same Liberian people come to complain, say, oh, JMB government trying to police the woman and tell the woman what to say. First of all, my brother, these couple of seditious trying to run with the whole thing. This woman spoke July 26th, the 27th, the 28th, today is the 29th. The positive things that she spoke for an entire message that she read. Why Liberians are not telling that? Government, look, my brother, everything is not America. Small country like Liberia, you having lawmakers, so-called lawmakers. And I have no apologies for that.
No, you have to talk to them, brother. You have leaders.
Okay. You have people in the lower house doing nothing. Just every blessed day.
Why you call doing nothing? They are there passing laws for you. Say
they are not doing nothing. I know lawmakers that I know that they say that one that own and the only that insult, doing nothing, they getting free pay. Why can't Liberian journalists, not you in particular, but other journalists, sit in Liberia and talk about some positive things that the woman said? Why our Liberian government officials like the senators, the representatives, why they can't reduce their salary for everybody at least to get to why they can't raise the minimum income? The great United States, every worker, I'm part of the union, one of the biggest union worker in the United States here. The other places they carry the minimum wage up. Even McDonald's right now, in other places. Why we can't say about everything is America. Nothing bad the woman said, my brother. If you make you vest, develop your country. The only time Liberia like to add that they no play.
No, but Liberians are not vexed. It was the American delegation that got angry and walked out of the hall.
My brother, my brother, the people have their right to walk up or to sit down. It is their right. You can't do nothing about it. All right. If the Liberian government, through the president of the Republic of Liberia, have gone there and or spoke and said, okay, this is our position statement on America, yes. This woman was called to do a piece of job, and what she did, she spoke her mind. it left for America, how they want to take it. You know, my brother, like people, we need to try to develop our mindset. We need to develop ourselves. My brother, look at how much the senators making in that country. Why they can reduce our salary?
Do you see that as a challenge to us? Do you see that as a challenge to us?
It is.
Should we challenge ourselves?
Yes. We need to challenge ourselves. If they be unfair, let's do something.
Thank
you. We should not be blaming America every time. Today, in case America get back to that, you know what? No more same way, no more money grant coming from America to abroad. What do they will do?
All right, thank you, brother. Thank you. Let's take other calls. Thank you. Let's take other calls. Good morning.
Good morning, Rosemary.
Good morning. Good morning. What's the name?
Yeah, my name is Anthony from Central Virginia.
Anthony, let's hear you.
Yeah, indeed. The issue of the speaker that they are not so bad. So can the United States know LeBron is the on the United States or America? For America, we cannot do any other thing. There are 6 statements and President coming through the pattern that we can pay Americans the money can buy. So they can pay US. So they are not able to do. America has been doing well for us. Even the tax government, America has been doing great for money. So we cannot go against the great United States. It's our big brother down there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Line 2, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Good morning. What's the name?
Albert Kemoga from.
Hey, Albert, let's hear you. Let's hear you better.
Thank you very much. You know, I listen to the lady. Some people want to politicize it. They want to be political drum on this thing. This lady, she's well educated, and she have her own personal opinion to be made.
She's a doctor anyway.
But in my mind, I agree with her.
Okay.
Look, my brother, if America was read by our side, listen to the CRC. If you listen to the genesis of those who are actively evolving the world, you will get to know that America played part. When the war intensified in Moravia, America could even send 10 men troops to put their boots on the ground. Now, instead of
they put her Marine embassy, man.
My brother, we're talking about on the ground. We're not talking about the embassy. When the white empire, the British people sent through there. In Mali, the French people sent through there. In Africa, the French people sent through there. But in America, they say, okay, I was there. So if the woman is saying that America was taking more from Liberia than Liberia taking more from America, I 150% believe you were there. Thank you.
All right. Line 1, good morning. Line 1, good morning. Okay, that call is off the line. Let me see if I can go here. I want to read something from Senator Amaral Swane's speech. Good morning.
Good morning, Julius.
Good morning. Is that my good friend and brother Zach Bembo who ran away from me?
Thank you, Julius. Julius, I can't run away from you because we are long-time friends. But thank you, Julius, for the show this morning. And I also want to agree with the orator. She did well. We shouldn't run with this thing as politics. The fact is on the ground. My brother, what really has America done that we can boast of? America has benefited enough from us. Today we have Firestone here that is not even able to produce common rubber slipper. Where Firestone is from, and an American company down there. So let the fact be told. It made them vex, let it get vexed, but they have benefited, they have acquired a lot from Liberia than we have benefited from them. We're not supposed to be talking about road business in a country with what America has taken from us.
Okay.
Where Lamco then came from. That's in America. Today we still discussing about bad road in this country. The ones that colonized other African countries around us there did well until today. When you even go Abidjan, you see that you are in France.
But the orator always said, also said that America was the last country to recognize our independence.
Of course. Because Great Britain was the first to recognize us as independent while America was still dragging our feet. So that's a fact. Nobody should argue that America needs to do more
Thank you.
We can have all of those resources extracting it, and then we still suffering for common thing here. Today, there are some part of Liberia that do not even have electricity. What we can boast of now is the miracle you have done for us. And when people say, okay, best,
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. I think the Chargé d'Affaires was the one. She's the one that made the whole news. Yeah, she had not walked out of that place. We're not gonna make news. Good morning. Okay, let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
My name is Shimel S. Logan.
Let's hear you, brother.
I call from 12th Street.
From where?
12th Street.
Okay, Shimel, let's hear you.
Okay, the issue about my sister's speech just going independent is she said all of the facts that needed to be said long time.
Okay.
We never had somebody like her, and who could actually say the truth into the faces of the Americans.
And you think that's the appropriate time?
Come again?
You think there was an appropriate time to do that?
Yes. My brother,
Mm.
let me be honest with you.
Mm.
America has not been in the interest of Liberia for a very long time.
Why would you say that? Why you would say that American contributing $163 million every month to Liberia?
And in the end, what do? They send their expatriates, right? You know what they can do?
Who the expatriate?
They will send their money and send engineers behind it.
Yeah, because they don't trust the people. Your people they eat the poor money.
Come again?
Your people eat the poor money, so they say you go manage on us. The Liberian government will eat it.
Yeah, that's the reason why the only area they decided to put their embassy is right near the sea. You know what they're taking from there?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks for the show, my brother.
No, tell me why you taking from there.
We know, my brother. We know.
I know. All right. So Senator Amara Kone posted something yesterday, and he titled it "Liberia and the United States Relationship is Strong" by Senator Amara Kone. Very long piece. I can't read all now. Let me just read the first paragraph, if possible. Second, it's one of the excuse me. One of the hallmarks of our democracy is the freedom of speech. Even in the worst of times, Liberians have boldly spoken out, rightly or wrongly. The recent speech by the National Independence Orator is a case in point. We must celebrate living in a society where freedom of speech and expression is sacrosanct, but we must also exercise caution in using that freedom. At several points in her speech, the orator stated, dignity must define us. One of the cardinals of dignity is how you treat your friend, especially when they are invited guests. I'm not going to write in. The orator failed to live up to her call for dignity. Furthermore, her expression of the United States-Liberia relationship is one I do not share. Good. The United States is our partner, our friend, and our ally. Truth be told, if not for the U.S., Liberia would not exist today. I'm not going to write you in my road. What did I stop? Is that today? Coming. Power. Okay, today. We will have been broken up and absorbed by colonial powers. Though the last to recognize our independence, as the orator rightly stated, the United States was the protector of our independence, saving us from further annexation by the United Kingdom, Sierra Leone, and France, Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, I remember that story where they said they took portion of our lands and then they didn't want to give it back to us. Additionally, most of our core and enduring infrastructure, RRA, JFK, Port of Monrovia, to name a few, was built by the United States. When we were bestowed by war and self-annihilation in the 90s, it was the United States that stepped in 2003 to end the violence and bring about the peace we enjoy today. Furthermore, When ravaged by the Ebola outbreak, support and leadership from the U.S. help us save our lives. The United States has been there for us whenever we have been in need. It's a very long piece. I can't end it. But I think Amara Connect to disagree with the orator there and said that she did not treat her guest as a guest. Let me take my final batch of callers. The next 7 minutes I'll be going. So let's hear you 0777 0277 or you can call the WhatsApp number +231 777 221 Good morning.
Good morning, Junior.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Ali. I become my message family around the car.
Ali, let's hear you, brother.
To be honest, the orator for the Independence Day, she made my day.
Oh, she made your day.
Oh, yes, she made my day. You see, me, I always get a power and say, if your man upon you, if you do run to you, look at your thing and say, Mama, they want to do enough for it. Maybe she will be able to see and do more. So, for the American attaché working on the program, but me, I see anything. What they want to do is to, even the government are invited the woman, an orator, she looks in the government, there's some people in the government, she will not tell the government, it's not correct.
And you could see President Bouaka nodding his head.
Yeah, so he cut me here, so the president cut me here. Because the two need to be cool. But for somebody to take a cue and then you go down and you say, you're going to solve the problem. They can solve the problem. So you won't be looking all up for patients, you be telling the two, and then when they tell you the two, then you get there. So me, I see no sensation in that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hear you 0777 So before you come in, let me read the last 2 paragraphs of Senator Amara post. He said, quote unquote, in this our 177 year, I urge us to, oh God, the calls I just can't. Yeah, let me talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Julius.
Good morning. Good morning. What's the name?
I'm Samuel S. and I'm phone from Ghana Street to be Crystal.
Let's hear you, Samuel.
Thank you this morning for the topic on the discussion. But first, I'll look at the speech on the national orator. You see, for me, the speech as great as the best speech ever in the history of our country. But I will look at certain parties. I see people all on Facebook, social media, other people, and even some of our lawmakers, our government officials, criticize people that come on our pension in that Samuel Twe, former finance minister, and all criticize the woman.
No, Samuel Twe, they not criticize or Samuel Twe praise her. Go read Samuel Twe post. I read it in detail, very long, but he agree with her.
Okay, I'm not going to and other people that say this woman didn't bring America for like what makes fortune. She didn't bring America for like rock failure, for like rock farming. She just really said in a quote, America has taken more than what they have given that rock. That doesn't mean that she's bringing America. That is not a blinky. She is saying in reality. America is taking more than what they are giving, and that is the reality. Even like when say this in corner, why would somebody say why would always they say in the corner behind the scenes, somebody can and put it in the pulpit here and try to save it. That's the reality. She said it rightly. And also, I want to say to all of people that are trying to criticize it, there are a lot of things they want to discuss it.
Okay. Thank you. Let me talk to my last caller overseas, then I'll wrap it up. Thank you. No, don't do that. Don't do that here, please. Don't do that. You got to be very disciplined, trained. Last caller, let's hear you. Is that Mohammed?
Yeah, welcome, Junior.
Yeah, Mohammed, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the recognition. You know, Big Brother Junior, you said it, and for me, well, all they running on with the woman statement, 100% support the woman statement against America. 100% support for statement against America. So they are working out of the meeting, then they go. Junior, go to the American embassy for visa. Do they have seat for you to sit down? Do they have seat for you to sit down?
I'm gonna be
when 200 person play the DV when they win, only maybe 5 person will go. Then they say they are friends to all. How will you be friend with your friend that you don't have no help for your friend towards your friend? We had a ministerial complex is built by the Chinese. We had a Japanese freeway built by the Japanese. What American freeway?
No, but you saw what American wrote. You saw what American wrote. He said the RRA he needs some places where American built for us, even in the port of Monrovia. So I'm not day well. Anyway, thank you, my brother. Thank you. My last caller there this morning. Let me just read the last two paragraphs from our current statement. I can't read all. It's very long, so I can't read all. And I wanted to go through former finance minister Samuel 12, but again, it's very long. If I said to read it, we'll spend a whole day here. So the last two paragraphs, I said, in this, our 177 year, I urge us to reimagine what it means to be, quote unquote, one nation indivisible. Oh, how sweet this country could be if we only rebuild it for us, rebuild it for all of us to enjoy. We must believe that there is sufficient space in to accommodate our differences and our shared experiences. That there are enough resources to support our basic needs and cultivate our God-given talents. And so we must narrow wing gaps between the poor and the prosperous, the powerless and the powerful, women and men, girls and boys, young and old, rural and urban, domestic and diasporic. Finally, he said, there are profound voices which identify and amplify. This is a message I will take away from Dr. Robert Pali's oration to the nation. Living up to these words and driving this agenda is also how we can best move forward with our friends and ally, the United States of America. So as I said the news, the Sergeant Affair, Captain Rodriguez made the news. The news was in the oration itself, but she made everybody to draw attention to America. If she had not left the scene, you're going to be a normal discussion because, when I listened to Dr. Pali, the issue was that she touched every aspect of society. She spoke to the legislature, she spoke to the judiciary, she spoke to the executive, even spoke to the lay Liberian man, and then she went to the U.S. You see? So sometimes it's good for her to accept criticisms. It's not good that. But for me, I think when her walking away was, that's what brought the whole, brought people attention to that. So in fact, the government of Liberia, through the information ministry, has distanced itself from it, and they said that statement is solely her own statement, not the statement of the Liberian government. On that note, let me say thanks to all. Let me just read a few comments quickly before we go. A lot of comments is here. I think I read some already. Okay, I think I read this. Okay. Mohammed F. Jabatia said, good morning. I'm following up from Claratown Community District number 14. Solomon C. Yes, good morning from my end, following from Grand Judea County, CVI at Nakodi. We're talking about Teofilo Kwe said, I'm following from Johnsonville. Keep up the good job, guys. This is my, okay, yeah, whatever someone doing. Archie M. Scott said, good morning, Sky Communication Liberia and the great people of Johnson Street, Sonny Wayne community. I am following from my home on Johnson Street. Well, we can read all the comments. Have yourselves a wonderful time. We appreciate you. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be here again with another fascinating discussion on this radio. My name is Julius Boki. I'm your producer and presenter. Bye-bye for today.